Hi, I'm Scott Haugen, Cabela's Pro Staff, and what we're going to do is show you two different ways to fillet a fish. What we have right here today is a king salmon or a Chinook salmon here in the Pacific Northwest. It's about a 10-pound Chinook, and we're going to show you two different ways to fillet this fish. First, we have the fish on its side. It's already been gutted and the gills are removed. I'm going to lift the pectoral fin, cut right under there, and come right up underneath the collar, right to the spine. From there, I'm going to stop. Now I'm going to come to the tail and insert the blade right on the top part of the spine. Once you break through that skin, it'll go easy. This is a hatchery fish. You can see it's missing the adipose. I'm going to run right up the left side, right around the dorsal fin, right up the top of the fish, and I'm going to connect with that first cut that I made. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the backbone with this knife, and I'm just going to work my blade right down along the backbone, all the way down from the top of the fish to the bottom. Now this is my favorite way to fillet an anadromous fish, like a salmon, steelhead. It works on any of the salmonid species and big trout as well. But the key here is you can see while I'm cutting it, I'm actually keeping my blade against the backbone. Now I'm right up against the spine. And the reason I like this method is because it keeps more meat on the fillet, less meat on the bone. Now I just cut through a series of bones, you could maybe hear them and I could feel them, called the lateral bones. And those are pin bones that we'll talk about what your options are of taking care of those here in a minute. I'm getting down to the ribs right now and down into the collar. Now I'm going to come right down through the ribs. Again, I'm trying not to get any bones on this cut other than the pin bones. I'm going to cut right down to the base of the tail. Right down to the edge. Now what I like doing right here, instead of just cutting the fillet off, is taking the knife, poking about a 1-inch hole right through the skin. Then I'm going to put my finger in there. That way when I cut it off, it's easy to handle. So that's one quick, easy way to fillet a fish. My favorite way, again, because it maximizes keeping more meat on the fillet. The second method I'm going to show you is one of the most common I see used, but there are a couple hints here. One is you want to maximize the use of the meat. And with this method, a lot of meat goes to waste. So what I'm going to do again is start again just like I did with the first cut, come right up underneath the collar. Now I'm just going to take the knife and cut and turn it. Now I'm just going to run it right down the spine. And I'm cutting through the meat and the bones as I go, being careful not to cut through the spine. You can see I'm staying on top of the dorsal fin. I'm kind of letting the spine again be my guide. I'm going to go all the way down to the tail. Now again, I'm going to make a cut right here, poke it through. I'm going to flip the fillet over, put my finger in there, and now you have this fillet. Now, a lot of people are happy with that, but I'm not, for two reasons, and I'm going to show you what you can do here. With this method, what happened is I left quite a bit of meat on the spine, and this is some of the best eating meat. The meat that's close to the bone like that is pretty high in oil, and you might say, well gosh, that's a lot of work to save, you know, just a little bit of meat. But if you're out there, maybe you or some buddies are out there for the day and you've got quite a few fish, this is a lot of meat that's left on the bone. And again, this is some of the best tasting meat and some of the best for you. So I'm just going to take that meat, fillet it off of the bone. You can see how the spine is becoming exposed now. Now you're seeing I'm just getting some little pieces of meat. These things fry up great. This is where Tiffany takes over. I'll just keep removing that from the spine. It's a little bit tedious, but again, we're out here to catch fish to eat them. Okay. We've got this section here. And again, that's what came off the top half of that fish. Now, one of the better eating parts of the fish also is this right here, and it's called the collar. You have your pectoral fin, and then it grows right up to the base of the skull, and you'll join that first cut we made. A collar is very high in omega-3. It's one of the best eating parts of the fish for you. You can smoke these up, or you can put them in a fish soup. They cook up great. Two different ways to fillet your fish. Try each one of them, see which one works best for you.